Excuse me.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I didn't mean to.
Look, I'm getting ready to photograph, and I take it very seriously.
I didn't realize you were Ansel Adams.
But Ansel Adams doesn't photograph birds.
Well, I thought bird watchers were nice.
Well, we are until you interrupt us.
I apologize.
I just wish people would be more careful.
I wish people would be more kind.
I really wasn't expecting a visitor.
I can tell.
This is the spot I
usually
go.
This is the spot I usually go.
Look, I've been coming here Friday at 1 for years.
Well, you got a serious setup, I'll give you that.
Egrets are migrating.
Regrets?
Egrets. You're not a bird watcher, are you?
Not really, no.
This area is known for its birds. We're on the northeastern flyway. It's a particular migration path. A lot of birds stop here on their way from Canada all the way to the Caribbean.
Oh, no wonder all those hotels are booked.
This is migration season. We get some incredible birds this time of year.
Well, I just come here to sit and have a picnic sometimes.
Here in Blydenburg, or as in here in the bird blind.
Is that what this is called?
Sometimes people leave trash and I have to clean it up.
Don't look at me.
Well, this is meant for bird watching.
I didn't realize it belonged to anybody.
It isn't your fault that you interrupted my photograph.
Are you waiting for someone?
Not really, not anymore.
Oh, I can't figure out why they stand you up.
I bring a second seat to relax and put up my feet.
May I ask what you do for a living?
I'm an attorney.
Oh, that explains it.
Hey, this is a work-free zone, or I'd argue with you.
Did you feel a drop?
Not really, but I see a cloud or two. Where are you going to go?
Can you direct me to another bird shelter?
There are only 2 bird blinds in Blydenburg.
Oh, that's all.
You can build one, or you're welcome to pull up a chair.
If there's some kind of bird etiquette, I'm pretty sure you blew it bad.
I concentrate.
Uh-huh.
Maybe I'm short-tempered. When you get older.
Yeah, you can always use age as a get-out-of-jail-free card for anything.
You know, I've taken some wonderful pictures here. It's like the front seat on migration.
Bird migration.
This is a bird refuge.
You've been at this a while.
And you come here and you just sit?
Listen to music. I work for an engineering company, so it's a little slow. I thought I'd take a long lunch.
It's nice to get away from all the rat race and enjoy something beautiful.
Yeah, I need to get away to stay sane.
From?
Oh God, deadlines and paperwork.
The tyranny of the billable hour.
Yeah, it's nice to have nothing to do for a few minutes.
I like being busy.
You wouldn't be a little OCD.
I don't like turning everything into a diagnosis.
What do you do with the photographs?
I keep them. I post all my sightings. There's a website, eBird. I'm ranked 9th in New York.
Congratulations.
Based on the number of species you spot. I spotted 127 so far this year. My wife used to come here with me.
She got bored?
Passed away.
I'm sorry.
3 months ago. We used to bird together. We were a team. She'd see birds. She had better eyes. I'd identify them. I'm good at that. We traveled all around the world chasing rare birds.
My husband wouldn't fly. He passed 2 years ago. My daughter made a profile to fix me up.
Do you want her to?
Yeah, I like my freedom.
Well, I never felt matrimony was a bond.
Yeah, I'd like to meet the perfect person, but I like being alone. That isn't a contradiction, is it?
Well, character is contradictions, don't you think?
However you look at it, we humans are one hot mess.
Well, birds are beautiful.
Yeah.
Perfect, pristine.
They don't argue.
Some cheese and cold cuts?
Vegetarian. Would you like a carrot?
We're both at a certain stage in life.
Oh God, you make it sound
Well, we're old enough to appreciate life and young enough to live it. Just stay healthy.
Hmm. I got something they call AAA.
You're not talking about American Automobile Association.
Abdominal aortic aneurysm.
I hope it isn't serious.
Well, they might have to do surgery, but for now we're leaving it alone.
Watchful waiting.
Yeah. I'm afraid to check Facebook these days, lose another friend.
People click a sad-faced emoji and then they go on with their lives.
Yeah, you're preaching to the choir. The world's a strange place, isn't it? Oh, getting old is no vacation. Memory starts to go.
Sometimes I can't find my car in the supermarket.
Tell me about it. Keys and cars.
Lots to be said, though, for silence. It's a special kind of silence out here, isn't it?
Yeah, I like my beats.
I'm a music buff.
That how you got into birds?
Before you got here, I was listening to Gloria.
Oh,
No. Gloria was a hit by Laura Branigan. Gloria. It's a remake of a song that was a hit in Italy. Coffee?
I have a friend in a band. He talks about songs before he sings.
Would you like some coffee?
I'm strictly tea.
Nora and I used to come out here and turn off our phones.
Sounds like you had a pretty good marriage.
We did. Not perfect.
Well, perfect things never work out.
Because we aren't perfect.
Because we're human beings.
Howard, by the way.
Melinda.
Nice name.
Yeah, my parents got that right.
This was our spot. I'd offer you my binoculars, but the second you lend, they come flying by, and now this time is the time.
Maybe the chair.
No, I'd prefer not.
It's funny the way it keeps looking like it's going to rain.
Wouldn't be the end of the world. We stayed many a day, my wife and I, in the rain.
I bet that can be beautiful.
You know, sometimes the rain would slant and blow in the wind, very cold. Then we'd just do like the birds, find a dry place to nest, relax, and would rest and listen to the rain falling. There's a lot to be said for rainy days.
This time I know I definitely felt a drop.
According to the weather report, we got at least another hour.
You can really see close up through the binoculars?
You know, you might want to take up bird watching.
You just look at birds?
I'm quite focused.
I used to paint watercolors.
You should bring your paints out here.
I stopped years ago. I really didn't mean to intrude.
I apologize for being an asshole.
Enjoy the birds.
The second chair is for my wife. I still set up both chairs. If there's one bird, she always used to see it, a pine warbler, Stedophago pinus, a yellow-head female. I call it Nora's bird. It still comes here like it's Nora's spirit. I must sound completely crazy.
After a friend of mine passed, I saw a white rabbit on the lawn come up to my window.
It's a beautiful bird. It always comes by, almost looks like it's looking at me.
Her spirit is still here.
As long as I am.
Nice meeting you.
Same.
Are you here to be with the birds or to be with your wife?
Both.
Could I borrow your binoculars a second?
You turn the knob to zoom.
I think we both need our privacy.
Probably.
But you're not alone now, are you?
Not really.
Good luck.
It's very sly of you.
Oh, no.
I guess it's your spot now. You got here first.
No, I didn't do it deliberately.
I can come back another time.
I thought you invited me back. I was taking you up on your invitation.
Paints?
I took painting for a while when I was younger. We painted a different vegetable each time. O was for onion, P was for pear.
Not Peach?
I went home, I found my paints in the closet, and it's good to get out of the cave, the office, I mean.
You're not the one who left the wrappers, are you?
No.
I found condoms a few weeks ago.
Oh, that was me.
Huh? Sometimes I think I'll put a camera here and catch them.
Did you really think the rappers was me?
Well, it occurred to me it was a possibility.
Playing the blame game, are we?
Hey, I just asked.
I hate that game.
I wasn't sure you'd be back.
What, and miss music trivia?
Hey, if it's about music, it isn't trivial.
We should have prizes.
Pistachios as a prize.
The pressure.
Hey, I hope you don't mind if I set up.
If I do mine?
Do you know the two most famous songs ever written are actually about the same girl?
Madonna.
Patty Boyd.
I don't think I know her.
Well, she was a model in the 60s. And actually, she inspired more than 11 songs total, but at least 2 are among the top songs ever written. She married 2 great musicians.
You do know your music.
George Harrison wrote Something. Eric Clapton wrote Wonderful Tonight.
About her?
She was their muse. She divorced Harrison and she married Clapton. And the 2 musicians stayed friends.
Oh, that must have been a little uncomfortable.
And she eventually divorced Clapton. She started to believe he only wanted her because she belonged to George.
It was a competitive thing.
Yes.
Kind of sad, isn't it?
Not for us. We got 2 great songs.
Must be nice having a muse.
Hold on. A thrush. Yeah, I see over there?
You do get excited.
You know how many people never get to see this?
This is a beautiful spot.
It took me years to find it. How'd you end up here so soon?
No, I got bored of going to the beach.
What's your name again?
Melinda.
Right. Beautiful name. I always felt that mine is,
The way you feel about your name can reflect something deeper.
I didn't realize you're a psychologist.
I didn't mean to push your buttons.
Well, just don't send me a bill every 45 minutes.
My parents didn't name me Melinda because they liked the name. They couldn't agree on a name.
Well, obviously, eventually they did.
Melanie and Linda.
Well, sometimes compromise is a good thing.
I don't want to pry.
And don't.
Your wife?
Breast cancer.
Lung cancer.
You've had longer.
Once you love someone, it never leaves you. Time can't take it away.
This place is somehow out of time.
Yeah, it's nice to get out of the house.
That's a pretty low standard.
Do you get high?
Watching birds.
Oh, I think I see a seagull. It's a little blurry.
Impossible.
Don't tell me what's possible. I know what I see.
Seagulls do not exist.
Excuse me? Like Santa?
Not exactly, although he doesn't exist either unless you're a kid and then he exists.
Well, I'm afraid I spend a lot of time at the beach and seagulls exist.
Well, yes, they don't. There's a European heron gull, black-headed gull, the laughing gull, the Mediterranean, Pacific, and Caspian gulls, the California and Iceland gulls, but in all of taxonomy, there is no animal known as a seagull. Now, you can look. You won't find it in any birding book. Seagulls simply do not exist.
Tell that to Jonathan Livingston.
And Stephen. Seagull?
He's going to be angry.
You can call him whatever word you want.
Oh, so I have permission.
Before we went here, my wife always used to say, come on, adventure awaits us.
Yeah. Adventure with us usually involved a bar.
Bottle of Jack?
So how do you like being an attorney? You don't get to put an MD in front of your name, but still.
You get to put Esquire after my name.
That always sounds like you ride horses.
That's because in the old days, attorneys used to ride horses to their clients.
Liar. But you did say you're a lawyer.
Small firm.
You a partner?
I better be. It's my firm and two other partners.
What type of law?
We specialize in creating in-laws, father-in-laws, mother-in-laws.
I hear the real money is getting rid of them.
Actually, we specialize in personal injury.
Slip and fall?
Well, I look at myself as an advocate for those who can't afford counsel otherwise.
So if I happen to slip here, you could sue somebody.
I could.
Any way I could sue you?
You could, but I have a very good lawyer.
You get bullshit cases?
Hey, I only get paid on contingency, so they better be pretty good cases.
Why'd you go into law?
Well, my father was an attorney. I fought it and I lost.
My father passed away last year. He was 96.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, he had a good run, but it still hurts.
Yes, it does.
What's your favorite month?
I don't know if I've ever had anyone ask me that. Do people have favorite months?
You can tell a lot about a person.
March.
I don't know. March is like a man without a season. It isn't really winter, and it definitely isn't spring.
Well, okay, and you?
May. How'd you get into watching?
You mean how did it all start?
If you don't mind.
My spark bird.
Your what?
No, spark bird, the bird that started it all. You know, like a forest fire begins with a little spark. I saw a blue speck in a tree when we went camping. A little blue dot just floating against the green trees. I'd never seen anything like it. And I had to know what it was. So I started hunting through the bird books until I found out my spark bird was a blue bunting. And somehow knowing its name, it made me feel closer to it. Now I have over 1,000 birds whose names I know, and I feel very close to them.
Things always start small.
Sometimes I worry.
About?
I was in the supermarket yesterday. I couldn't remember what type of car I drive. It came to me, but it was just for a second.
Oh, senior moment.
Yeah, that's how it is.
You should get yourself tested.
Yeah, I will.
You really should get high.
I got a lot of stress. Getting away, it clears my mind.
You haven't had other problems?
You?
Myself, I've been lucky so far, except for a sled injury.
Oh?
Well, I was sledding on a hill by our house with my daughter. It was the end of the day, the last run. And I hit the stub of a tree, busted up my ribs. And a slightly different angle, the doc said it could have been much worse. I have flashbacks to that accident. I can still see the stump in front of me.
You can imagine it or you can see it?
I'm not sure anymore.
Well, we made it this far.
Yes, we did.
I can't believe how young the weathermen and weatherwomen are getting.
Remember when you used to think 60 years was a long time?
You said your daughter finds you people online?
She does.
Have you answered any of them?
You think I should?
What have you got to lose?
Have you ever gone on a date? Have you never gone on a date?
Not in years.
Why don't we do question of the day?
What's that?
Just some dumb question out of nowhere.
You sure you aren't a lawyer?
Who would play you if they made a movie about your life?
Me.
But if you couldn't do it.
Look, nobody's making a movie about my life.
Yeah, most movies, it's too violent for me. You know how they talk about gratuitous violence, like there's any other kind.
We're both old-fashioned.
Dinosaurs.
Birds go back to the dinosaurs.
Life can be depressing.
Yes?
I'm thinking of taking antidepressants.
Why?
I get depressed.
Antidepressants aren't good.
You know what's depressing about them? If I take them, I can't take pot.
They call them antidepressants, but that's just marketing. I mean, who wants to be depressed?
I got a prescription.
Who prescribed it?
My general practitioner.
Not a psychiatrist? That's not good. Not that psychiatrists are all that great to begin with.
Well, don't take it the wrong way, but I think you could probably use some.
I didn't realize you were a doctor.
I didn't realize you were.
Well, there's certain best practices.
Why don't you mind your business?
Mêlez-vous de vos oignons.
What?
Mind your own onions.
Oh, believe me, I will.
Don't be such a quick trigger. Excuse me, I gotta. What, you gonna make me say it?
Damn right.
I gotta tinkle.
You gotta take a what?
I gotta take a piss.
I knew you could say it.
Geez, I wonder how far I can reach.
You're a lawyer.
I'm actually retired.
No.
Yes,
Congratulations.
I retired on Thursday.
This Thursday?
That's right.
Why?
It's time. I didn't want to make a big deal of it.
Did you have a big party we should celebrate?
No hurry.
You have time.
I do.
I saw another seagull.
Seagulls do exist.
Well, you're dressed up today.
Hey, it's my Cowboys versus Avian shirt and costume.
I see.
My wife and I went to a costume party. We got these outfits. I was a devil cowboy. She was a happy cowboy. I kept wearing the shirt and wearing the outfit, and she started buying me more cowboy stuff.
So you're a real cowboy.
Yeah. I bought a white hat. I wore it to court for a while.
Well, next thing you know, you're going to get boots and have a horse.
I had boots. At least I tried them.
Yeah, it takes a couple of years for real boots to get comfortable.
Well, I must have had a couple of months left.
I brought you something to celebrate.
Oh?
In honor of your retirement.
There's really nothing to celebrate.
But you're free, don't you see?
It wasn't my choice.
What do you mean?
I reached a certain age, the partners held a meeting.
But you're a partner.
Not anymore.
You got fired?
Bought out.
Well, how do you feel?
Well, I'm making the most of it, but it's discrimination if you ask me.
You aren't suing them?
I appreciate the cake, but I'm just not in the mood for it.
I'm stopping the pills.
After a day?
I'm getting symptoms. The depression drug. My mouth's dry all the time and I can't sleep.
That sucks.
But I can't do pop.
Depressing indeed.
I just feel stuck sometimes.
You sound like you could use a bit of musical trivia.
Talk to me.
What was the first video on MTV?
No idea.
The Bugles. Video killed a radio star.
The Bugles?
Well, the singer doesn't ever really matter as much as the song.
You have any favorite songs?
Certain.
Such as?
Well, it's not really a song.
What is it?
It's my wife's name.
What's that?
Nora.
Nora.
You didn't take my phone by any chance.
Why would I take your phone?
Well, maybe you're being playful.
I'm not playful.
Very funny.
See? It was with your stuff.
Very tricky of you to hide my phone with my stuff.
I'm a good finder.
And I've been losing my phone for years.
Did you see a doc?
Yeah, actually, I was able to get an appointment.
And?
The forgetting is normal, but my cholesterol is borderline and I'm dangerously pre-diabetic.
I'm glad you went.
I developed pre-diabetes at the doctor's.
I can help you with your diet.
Vegetables?
Vegetables or death.
Give me a few minutes to think.
Why don't you try being a vegetarian?
Okay.
Good for you.
Just tried, failed. It's never too late to get healthy.
You look worried.
I got kicked out of the company I started. My company.
No, worrying's just going to give you an ulcer.
Well, I hope not.
Is that your wife's bird?
They're all my wife's birds.
You know, I'm going to follow your advice.
Be depressed until you're not?
Oh, you said I should answer a personal ad or whatever it's called.
You should.
Well, maybe you too.
No, I'm not trying to meet anyone.
I think you already have.
We're not looking for anyone.
Well, that's what makes this special.
Uh, I'm still looking for someone, but she's gone.
No, she's not.
You want to bet when the sun comes out?
I'm not much of a gambler.
It's never too late to start.
My father used to go to the track with his friends when I was a little girl. He took me once. He said, "Don't tell your mother."
And you did.
He asked me to pick 3 numbers, and I did. He put some money on the horse, and it won.
I hope you didn't become addicted to gambling.
You're a negative person.
I bet you wanted to tell your mom.
After my father passed, I told her about our day at the track. You know what she said?
She already knew.
How did you know?
I'm a father.
How about a bit of musical history?
Well, how about Michael Jackson didn't have a band?
I never thought about that.
Quincy Jones hired Toto to play backup for him on Thriller.
Well, when Quincy calls, you go.
And Eddie Van Halen did a great guitar solo on Beat It.
I went on a dating site. I connected with someone.
Good for you.
Oh,
How did it go?
all he did was talk about himself. Very interested in himself.
Well, if he was interesting, that could be interesting.
Yeah, if he was Brad Pitt.
Well, I suppose it's good to have interests,
In other human beings, especially if you want to date them.
or at least pretend.
Oh, come on.
Look, men and women are different, you know?
You really got your money's worth in law school.
As top of the class. No, I wasn't, but who cares now?
You ever think about people you dated a long time ago?
Not really, no. I met my wife pretty young, in college.
High school.
I got you something.
You didn't have to.
I thought you could use, I could loan you some old binoculars.
That's so nice.
That way you won't have to ask me.
I see.
You need a good pair of binoculars, 8 by 45 or 10 by 40, but you can borrow mine for now. Later on, you should get a scope and tripod for looking long distances at a lake or looking out in the ocean.
Assuming I stick with it.
The Birding Bible is Sydney Field Guide to Birds. And get the guide to Eastern North America.
Got it.
And Merlin, it's an app.
Well, I didn't think it was a magician.
The magician is probably better, but the app's easier to find. It can make it easier to identify birds with your cell phone.
You know, you never asked me if I wanted the binoculars.
You want to be a bird watcher, don't you?
What's that?
Oh my God, I think that's...
Yes.
I have to add that to my life list.
Your what list?
I got 1,218 birds on my life list, the number of species I've seen in my life.
Oh.
Now you keep track of how many birds you've seen in your life.
I tell you, if I made a life list, I'd have a lot more than birds' names on it.
You don't have a list, though, do you?
I have all sort of lists. You wouldn't believe it. Lists of places I've been, Greece, Italy, the Caribbean, lists of things I've done, lists of people I've known and loved. And, you know, I tell my friends about you.
What did you say? You met a crazy man in the woods?
I met a gentleman and we birdwatch and we talk.
You know, I was glad you didn't get along with Mr. Matchmaker.
All I did was talk about birds.
Really?
Birds didn't come up.
You know, Nora and I used to dance here.
What kind of dancing?
Waltz.
You miss dancing with her.
We used to close our eyes.
She was pretending she was dancing with Brad Pitt.
You know, I still dance now and then, by myself.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that.
It lets me travel back.
Well,
Well,
getting a little cold.
later in the day, when?
You know, I got into a little fight at work. We were having a group chat. Someone typed, "Stop your bullshit." I mean, geez, we're all on the same team.
Well, maybe somebody didn't get the memo.
You have to care more about people than projects. The relationships stay.
Your boss is with you.
Of course, my boss is with me. I've been there 16 years. The fact that the guy can say that.
Well, people in engineering sometimes don't have great interpersonal skills. That's why they go into engineering.
Engineering requires a lot of interaction.
Well, try not to take it personal.
How can I not take it personally?
Well, just don't.
Oh, they need me back at work.
Well, can you manage it remotely?
Well, one of us has to have an income.
You know, it's not my fault if they don't pay you well.
Fuck you.
Well, double fuck you.
And the horse you rode in on, Esquire.
Okay, you find your own place to search for birds.
You're not looking for birds. You're not letting go.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing. Nothing. Look, I had a long week.
Now, weeks get longer as you get older.
Maybe this isn't such a good idea.
Well, maybe you're right.
You can keep your binoculars.
No, they're yours. Sorry I'm late.
It isn't like a movie.
Wait a minute.
Sorry I'm late.
It isn't like a movie or a train.
No.
I thought maybe you changed your time.
I almost didn't make it.
Oh,
Car trouble.
it happens.
I had to have it fixed in the shop.
Well, if you ever need a ride,
That won't be necessary.
I'm in a barbershop quartet.
Really?
My car broke down and one of the other singers, we met in a chorus, she gave me a ride.
You know, I sometimes write songs.
Really?
I just sit down on the piano and I put it around.
Good for you.
Yes.
I think it's good when you have a passion to follow it.
Do you have other passions?
Clean water.
That's important.
I think we have a little bit of a problem with light pollution, but some people think that's ridiculous.
I don't think that's ridiculous.
Light from signs is constantly leaking into everything, so you can't really see the night sky. You can reach the age of 30 without ever really seeing the stars.
Why don't you see if you can stump me?
Theme song of the Breakfast Club.
Oh, that's too easy. I wouldn't even answer that one.
You don't know, do you?
Don't you forget about me. And the forget about me is in parentheses in the title. Simple Minds. 1985 movie by John Hughes.
With?
The President's Kid, Emiliano Estevez, Molly Ringwald, Judd Nelson, Anthony Michael Hall, Ali Sheedy. And don't forget Paul Gleason.
Who wrote Come On, Eileen?
Dexy Midnight Runners.
Close.
Close.
It's Dexy's Midnight Riders.
I'm afraid not.
You really are a rock encyclopedia.
Hey, I wanted to be a DJ at one point. I had a show in high school.
About?
Ooh, musical trivia.
So you're a pro.
Hey, our broadcast range went as far as the math corridor.
I was never good with music trivia. We were camping. It was raining. I got bit by a snake.
Ouch.
Anyway, we were stuck in a tent and we played charades. I picked a Beatles song. Everybody was guessing. I thought the title was The Girl with Kaleidoscope Eyes.
Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds.
Everybody got
LSD.
everybody got so frustrated because I got the song wrong.
But you know the song "Every Little Thing's Gonna Be All Right." Now a lot of people think that's the title, but it's really "Don't You Worry About a Thing."
No, either way, the message is good.
Do you remember your dreams?
Not usually.
I had a strange one, very vivid.
About?
I dreamed I wrote a musical. And it felt so real. I could hear it. I woke up and it was gone.
Hmm.
I woke up and I felt like I'd heard a musical, only nobody else had written it.
Someone had to.
So I figured it must be me. I mean, process of elimination.
And what was this musical about?
I don't know. I only know I woke up and I felt like I had just listened to it.
And you liked it.
Well, I hope I wouldn't dream about writing a musical I hated.
Well, maybe you'll dream it again and remember it this time.
It was so frustrating. I mean, when I woke up, I couldn't remember a single note or one word of the lyrics that I thought I'd wrote. You know what it's like to create something beautiful and then just have it disappear?
I do.
And things for you.
I got a nice job review.
Oh, I'm happy for you.
Yeah, they're only allowed to give a certain number of 4s.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah, I was talking about me picking up slack from other people. They ration good reviews.
Are they tied to raises?
They can be.
Well, then it's not instead of a raise.
You know, deep inside, you're a good person.
Deep inside,
You're a lawyer.
we should celebrate.
We don't need to.
Why do we always only meet here?
You want to go and grab brunch?
Maybe sometime.
You know, I had this thought. I mean, we're meeting so late in life.
Yes, we are.
What if we had met earlier?
If's a big word.
Yeah, I wish the word if didn't exist. If means it didn't happen. If means it didn't work out. If is such a worthless word. Still, I always wonder, what if? I wonder all the time.
I wonder if it's going to rain.
I bet the sky here is beautiful at night.
Are there a lot of dead trees, dead plants out there? Or is it me?
I'm sure there are.
I'm getting a little worried. I forgot whether I washed my hair, and I think I washed it twice.
You remember that you forgot?
I do.
Any other things?
No, not really.
I think you're just being careful.
My father had dementia.
Dementia isn't necessarily Alzheimer's.
If I have it, I wouldn't want you, to get involved.
Would you possibly be using this as a way to, distance yourself?
Hey, remember how we talked about a list?
Yes, I do.
I'd like to drive a Corvette.
Yeah.
I saw a yellow Corvette. I mean, it's like a 12-layer cake. The Corvette is 7, the color's another 5.
Too much.
I think so.
Why don't you do a test drive of a Corvette?
You?
I could even go with you.
That's a great idea.
Only if you want.
Let's go.
I don't know if I can make it next week.
Oh?
I'm sitting for a puppy, a Frenchie. Very stressful.
Why is that? It's stressful, I mean.
He isn't really potty trained.
No hurry with the car. The dealer isn't going anywhere.
What do you think of getting together somewhere else?
Beyond Blydenburg?
Maybe even indoors.
I don't know.
If you don't want.
Maybe a restaurant. How about Tuesdays at... No. How about Tuesday at 7 a.m. for breakfast at Sugarloaf and Wonton?
Why not? What happened?
Oh.
Our Thursday breakfast appointment.
Right. I was going to call you. I'm not really a morning person, and I was going to ask if we could maybe reschedule.
Well, I had a good breakfast. Your loss.
I made a note to call you.
I'm thinking of getting an operation for AAA.
Oh,
I just decided if I'm going to need it, sooner better than later.
do you need it?
I have to take my ring off for surgery or they cancel.
I've never taken off my ring.
Still more than a month away, and I'm starting to have panic attacks.
Have you made up your mind?
I just have panic attacks.
Nora sometimes had panic attacks. I'm slow out of the house. She was always in a hurry.
I don't want to talk about it here.
But if you want to, you can.
Were you the one interested in birds, or was it her?
It was me.
I see.
I needed a place to go to relax. The birds were an excuse in the beginning.
In the beginning.
But you know,
I'm not saying anything.
neither am I.
But watching's a lot of waiting, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Sometimes I think I spend my life waiting.
For what?
I'm a clock watcher now.
Oh,
They're doing buyouts. I should at least think about it.
so you're going to retire?
We'll see.
What would you do if you retire?
Travel.
You should go to the Galapagos Islands.
Oh,
Great bird watching.
well, I get vacation either way.
Hey, let me tell you, that's the place I always wanted to go.
On your life list?
At the Galapagos Islands. Darwin basically discovered evolution there.
I'm sure it's nice there.
Gorgeous.
Beaches?
Incredible beaches and birds.
Ah, so you want to go bird watching.
Would you want to go?
I'm not sure I can afford.
I'll pay.
You? You don't have to.
I have money. I mean, we'd sleep in separate rooms, of course.
Of course.
You want to go?
I have some vacation time.
When?
That wasn't a yes.
Wasn't it?
Yes?
I'm sorry.
You lost?
I think my father comes here.
You're Howard's daughter.
Yes, yes, Susan. And you are?
I'm Melinda. I guess you could say a fellow bird watcher.
Oh,
Well, how are you?
I'm fine.
You looking for your dad?
Oh, no. I gave him a ride. I said I'd help with the chair, etc. He's right behind me.
Oh.
I think.
Right. Very nice.
Well,
Well,
you meet here?
just friends. We met here.
Things are getting a little more complicated.
You mean with the car?
You know about the car.
Well, I know your father had a little car trouble.
Had.
I thought the car was repaired.
It is.
Okay, then.
It just wasn't just trouble with the car.
I'm not sure I follow you.
My father crashed the car, so I'm helping with a ride.
Thank God he was all right.
He didn't tell you anything about what happened.
No, should he?
You don't know anything that's going on.
I'm not really following you.
My father got in the car in our driveway, hit reverse. He crashed into a car in the driveway across the street.
Oh,
He totaled both of the cars.
I'm glad nobody was hurt.
So am I. Listen, I'm concerned about my father driving.
I understand.
He let me drive him until we replaced the car, but he won't listen to me.
Well, what do you want me to do?
Did you know that this is the only place he drives right now?
And the office?
He hasn't been working at the office for quite some time.
Not recently.
He started spending more time here.
Any way I can help.
Susan,
There you are.
Hi.
What's going on?
We were just talking.
I told her what happened with the car, and I'm concerned.
I hit reverse by mistake.
You could have killed someone.
Hey, I made an honest mistake.
You totaled a car in the driveway.
I was sleepy and I hit the reverse.
Dad,
She means well.
this isn't about me.
Stop it, Susan.
Howard,
My daughter's understandably upset.
You shouldn't be driving.
According to who?
According to me.
I didn't realize you were a doctor.
You're putting yourself and other people at risk.
Thank you for your opinion.
You can't just keep pretending nothing's going on.
Nothing's going on.
Please stop driving. I can give you a ride.
Thank you very much for your offer. You can leave now.
In a minute.
he never got over your mother.
No.
Breast cancer can be tough.
What?
Breast cancer. She died of breast cancer?
She had drunk driver.
Susan,
Goodbye.
What was that all about?
she's overprotective. What do you want me to say?
You didn't tell me about the accident.
I didn't want to worry you.
And you crashed the car.
I was embarrassed, but it could have happened to anyone.
You didn't tell me.
This is a bubble. This is paradise.
A Garden of Eden.
Our little Garden of Eden. And without the snakes.
Yeah. Too many snakes out there. Way too many.
You know, every time I talk with my daughter, I feel like I'm on trial. No, I mean, really. I mean, that's what age means in this country. You have to prove you're competent, or you have to prove that you're sane.
You don't have to prove anything to me.
Anything that happens when you're older, it's a huge deal. Now, young people crash cars every day from here to Sunday. Get into one accident now, it's your age.
I could give you a ride if you want.
What, you too? It's not necessary.
Don't be so angry.
Look, let's enjoy the outdoors.
Agreed.
Damn keys.
Pay attention.
I have some good news
Oh,
for you.
that is.
Open it.
You got the tickets to the Galapagos.
Plane and hotel.
We're going to Eden.
Yes.
Thanks for getting together.
I feel a little odd.
Why?
Like this is behind your father's back.
I love my father.
We met a little late in life.
I'm a little tired.
Aren't we all?
My husband snores.
Gotcha.
Earplugs only go so far.
Not far enough.
I had a talk with my father.
About?
His behavior's erratic.
Look, I know you're trying to be a good daughter.
I'm not trying to. You like my father.
We're friends.
You think the accident's the only thing?
I think your father feels you're trying to build a case against him.
I'm even concerned about coming here. I'm driving here for now.
Mhm.
What if he wanders off into the woods?
Well, if that's a worry, what about Galapagos?
What about Galapagos?
Well, we have 2 tickets. Your father said he always wanted to go.
2 tickets?
He bought me a ticket.
He bought 2 tickets to Galapagos?
Well, I didn't ask him to get one for me.
No. I understand.
I'm not a gold digger.
No, no one's suggesting that. He hasn't told you anything, has he?
Told me what?
You know why he stopped working.
He got pushed out.
He didn't just get pushed out. He was arriving to work late because he got lost on the way to the office. He missed appointments, deadlines.
Now and then?
My father isn't like that. He once told me an appointment isn't approximate. He said a time is like coordinates for a bomb. Miss it by a little and you bomb a hospital. He got lost taking the kids home from school.
So he got distracted.
He's been driving them for years. And then all of a sudden, he couldn't find his way back home. We had to meet him. He turns the burner on, wanders off, and leaves the burner on with nothing there.
Are you sure you aren't exaggerating?
What if you two go to Galapagos Islands and he wanders off into the jungle?
Susan,
He thinks he's the same, but he's not.
he said the doctors say he's fine.
He won't go to the doctor. I mean, a neurologist.
He said he got a clean bill of health.
From who? From who? He won't go.
Have you had any real incidents other than the accident?
On Monday.
What happened?
That's why I wanted to talk. I'm worried.
About?
Ask Howard about the museum, all right?
You don't want to tell me?
It's nice here, isn't it?
Birds land here on their way south.
We're thinking of moving south to the Carolinas.
And your father?
It'd be nice if he'd want to go.
Does he?
I keep telling him there are lots of birds.
Why are you telling me this?
Why do you think?
To protect me?
To protect my dad.
Great picnic today.
Thank you.
I got you a copy of the Bird Watching Bible.
Oh, I already had that.
Now you have a new one.
Do anything interesting lately?
Not really.
I talked with Susan.
Why?
She said she's sort of arranging a carpool until you get a new car.
Yeah, well,
She said you all had a trip to the museum?
yeah, we took the kids to the museum.
Right. And how was that?
Fine.
I was curious about the museum.
Well, what?
Susan and I were talking and the museum came up.
It shouldn't have.
What happened in the museum?
Nothing happened, all right?
Don't lie to me.
I got lost and she keeps looking for things. Yeah, you know, I live with her. I think she wants to send me to an old age home, which is fine. Then she can do it, but she's looking for an excuse.
What do you mean, lost?
We were wandering in this gigantic museum, and I got disoriented and I got lost.
Well, that doesn't sound so bad.
I couldn't find my way out for a bit, and it was very embarrassing.
Well, that's why they have security guards.
I feel like she's trying to make a case. When she wants to move to the Carolinas, they even found me a nice assisted living. Well, I will not go.
Well, people get lost in museums all the time.
Yeah, exactly. And hey, there are far worse places to get lost in. At least I was surrounded by the masterpieces, lost in a wilderness of art. I mean, I was wandering from Rembrandt to Bernard.
I don't know if I should tell you.
Tell me what?
She doesn't want us to go to Galapagos.
Well, it isn't up to her.
Well, I don't want to cause a fight.
My daughter and I will be fine. She just worries, that's all.
Don't we all? He says you want to move to the Carolinas and you want to put him somewhere.
I just want the best for my father.
Who's to say what's best?
Someone has to.
Yeah. Why is it that the best can hurt so much?
You talked with Howard about the museum?
I just don't see it.
Oh, come on.
Anyone can get lost in a museum.
Lost?
Stranded, lost.
Is that what he told you happened?
Isn't it?
He should tell you.
Tell me what?
I shouldn't tell you.
It's not a game.
It should come from him.
Why?
He should have the opportunity.
What if he won't tell me?
It should be up to him.
Shouldn't I know?
It's between you and him.
She told me you lied about the museum.
What do you want me to say?
What happened in the museum?
It was just a senior moment.
So
It's over.
I need you to talk to me. I need you to tell me the truth.
I forgot where I was, all right?
Where did you think you were?
I asked the security guard where the fruit and vegetable aisle was. It was just a moment, all right? And the guard laughed. He wasn't being mean. He laughed because he thought it was funny, asking where the fruit aisle in the museum. But I got angry because I felt embarrassed and humiliated.
This isn't just perception.
No,
Well,
I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my life. It was selfish. I didn't want to scare you off.
scare me.
I didn't want to deal with it, and I didn't want you to have to.
How long?
It started with little stuff, trying to put diesel in the tank, not figuring out why the pump nozzle didn't fit, and it's getting worse.
Howard.
I'm like living in La La Land.
No, you're not.
I've been pretending.
If you push it to the back of your mind and pretend it isn't here, you can process it, but you can't deal with it either.
It's like I'm half here,
You're here.
and I've been trying to cover up.
It isn't on you. I didn't want to believe.
Susan's driving me. She took away my keys. I let her take the keys.
I can drive you.
I don't want to impose.
You taught me the beauty. I'm seeing the world through your eyes.
I hope not.
Did you forget our appointment?
I was embarrassed.
I'm sorry you're in this position.
I'm a drowning man, and I feel like I'm pulling you in.
What if I can throw you a little bit of a life preserver?
You can't.
What if there's a window? What if we met before?
I had a small incident with the car a few days ago.
You didn't crash?
I decided to take the car down the block. Yeah, I felt I could.
You didn't hit anyone or anything?
I went to the gas station and I filled her up, drove off. I got home. I drove off without paying.
Oops.
Apparently they chased me. They know who I am. They called the house and they were furious. They thought I was a thief,
Well, you're the one being robbed.
the memory thief.
What did you do?
I got a ride back and I paid,
And explained.
apologized.
Did you know all of this when we met?
I knew something was going on, but I wasn't sure.
Denial.
I blanked on my grandkids' names. I forgot my dog's name. I looked at the dog tag. I know a train is coming, but how much time do I have?
What did they tell you?
Nobody knows. I have lucid moments and less.
Such as?
I went to a bank and I looked at the deposit slip and I couldn't remember what to do. I looked at my cell phone and I couldn't remember how to get messages. Things I've been doing suddenly feel so difficult.
Everything's all jumbled.
Time is a mess.
Like you're seeing things for the first time.
Like that.
Oh, that's not all terrible.
I started looking at the trees like I was seeing them for the first time. I started photographing trees.
And the birds.
I already loved birds, but I think I started taking pictures when I started forgetting, to try to freeze time.
And music?
The strangest thing is I can still remember so much about the music, but I couldn't tell you what I had this morning for breakfast.
Maybe music matters more.
I started going here regularly after the diagnosis
You went here to think?
to get away from things. I found my place, and I kept thinking, as long as I can remember, this place.
And you do?
Sometimes I make a wrong turn or two.
Do you know my name?
Does it begin with an L?
Yes and no.
It's like my mind is a radio station. Sometimes the signal is strong and sometimes.
Why not ask?
Could you remind me, please?
I'm Melinda.
Howard.
I didn't forget.
I was never good with names.
Just think of the me and Linda.
Mnemonic device.
Did you forget about our trip to the Galapagos Island?
I did not.
Not at all?
Not really, no. It would have been nice.
Would have?
You still want to go?
Well, we have to take advantage of things while we can.
I feel like this time bomb ticking. Tick, 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 tick.
What if there's still time?
You know, there are moments when for a second I can't remember my own name.
I can be your memory.
I'm exhausted.
You have to stop trying to hide this from everybody.
Can't find my keys. Where the hell are they?
They'll turn up.
We may have to call a locksmith.
Then we will.
Beautiful spot.
It is,
Beautiful day.
isn't it?
Well,
My daughter's moving to the Carolinas.
North Carolina.
North, south. I never get it right.
You're going?
We found a very nice place.
So you'll be leaving?
I'm sorry.
Beautiful place.
Is.
I don't know what to say.
Bye-bye.
Well, it isn't for a month.
You feel good about it?
Not really. No,
Well, why not stay with me?
I can't impose on you.
Why don't you let me decide?
Couldn't allow it.
Now you don't have any more secrets.
You mean, am I a serial killer? No,
I'm not sure I have secrets to keep.
everybody has some.
You can stay with me.
I can't.
You don't want me to?
I can't allow it.
This isn't about what's happening.
What's it about?
Maybe come back to my place this time.
I can't remember your name.
I've got some beautiful birds in the backyard.
I'm sure you do.
You could even stay.
I can't live with you.
Listen to me, please.
That's very generous, but no.
Don't be an idiot. It isn't generous. We've been wasting so much time.
I don't want to involve you any further.
Well, I'm involved.
Well, you don't have to be.
Shouldn't that be up to me? I want to. Don't you understand? This isn't a reason to run away. This is a reason to step up, not back off. I never ran away from anything in my life, and I'm not going to start.
I wouldn't call it running away.
You haven't seen anything until you've seen a woman's willpower. We have no idea how much time we have.
This isn't going to have a happy ending.
Endings are never happy. And besides, I'm not focusing on the end.
Maybe you should.
Don't tell me what I should focus on.
And don't you tell me. I'm not furniture, all right? I've been in memory wards.
Right now, all the time I spend is wasted. My life is waiting. And you know what? I don't want to just wait. And you shouldn't either.
I want to protect you.
Howard, I just want to hang out. We met each other. Instead of saying we're going to lose whatever we have to make every moment out.
I just want you to understand.
I understand.
So you really do have some beautiful birds in your backyard?
When we get there, I will.
I don't want to hurt you.
Let's forget about the future for a second.
I'm very good at forgetting.
What are you going to do with the tickets to Galapagos?
I don't know.
We can still go.
You sure?
It's on your list.
I wouldn't mind adding a few more rare birds.
We'll go. We can still go. There's time.
Galapagos.
Be a great trip.
All right.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to it.
I have vacation time. Might as well use it.
You want some music trivia?
Lay it on me.
Paul McCartney's middle name.
I give up.
Paul. His real name is James Paul McCartney.
Imagine that. Really terrible, isn't it?
People should clean up after themselves.
They should, shouldn't they?
Condoms.
Young people.
Birds don't litter.
No, they don't.
We humans have really fucked the planet up.
Look at that. Nora's bird.
Hmm?
Nora's bird. It must have a nest near here.
Who?
Nora.
Who's Nora?
You see that bird?
What's the big deal about birds?
Well, they're beautiful.
If you like that sort of thing.
Ready for our trip?
What trip?
The one we're planning.
Ah, yes.
Now it's coming back?
Yes, it is. No, it's not.
Galapagos
Ah, yes. Galapagos. What?
Islands, where Darwin went.
We're going there?
That's the idea.
You and me?
Just us two.
I'm sorry. I appreciate the offer, but that won't be possible.
We'll see.
No, I don't want to be rude, but I'm married.
Oh,
I have to go with my wife. I love her. She loves me. I don't know what I said, but I'm sorry. I couldn't go like that. It'd upset my wife.
you'd go with your wife?
Unless she doesn't want to go.
How is she?
She's fine. Why?
Howard, do you know who I am?
You're a bird watcher.
That's all?
You aren't my wife.
Do you know how you got here?
I drove.
I think your daughter Susan gave you a ride.
Ah, of course. Terrible driver, Susan.
Howard,
I'm sorry, but your name slips my mind. Monica?
We left the windbreaker in the car. I thought it's starting to get a little cool.
yes, it is.
This nice lady could probably use it.
That's all right.
No, can't a man be gallant anymore?
Can I talk with you?
Yes?
He seems much worse.
You don't spend that much time with him.
I mentioned our trip to Galapagos and he said he couldn't go because he's married. He thought it might upset his wife.
I'm sorry.
He asked me if I'm his wife.
You two have only been spending an hour or so at a time.
He can't go to Galapagos.
You could take the tickets.
I don't want the tickets.
You could take them. My mother and father always talked about it. They said it's beautiful. They wanted to go, but they wanted to save something for the future.
What future?
Do you have someone else you could go with?
Not really, no.
Howard said you have a daughter who keeps trying to fix you up.
I got that right.
Why not go with her? We don't have forever, you know. Take the tickets.
Thank you.
I'm so sorry.
I'm lucky I got to meet your father.
You had a nice interlude.
Yes, it was a nice interlude.
He still loves birds.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Oh, what do you see?
Nora's bird.
Who is Nora?
Why, my wife.
Oh, there's one other thing. Howard wrote your name on an envelope.
Do you know what it is?
Not really.
Hmm.
What's it say?
He says he's really looking forward to going to Galapagos. And if he can't go,
Yes.
he wants me to go.
My dad's a good guy.
Yes, he is.
You know, he was a camp counselor decades ago. We got a call from a man a few months ago. He was a camper. He said my dad made a difference in his life. He gave us this picture and of my father as a young man.
Handsome devil.
You can have it.
No, it's your picture.
I made a copy.
Thank you.
Look at that bird.
Who's your wife?
Nora?
You miss her.
Yes,
You know she isn't here.
I know.
Howard, I've seen people's faces. Empty eyes. Your eyes aren't empty.
I need you to leave. I need you to go, all right?
What do you mean?
I know what's happening to me. It's only going to get worse. These things don't get better
You're present.
for the moment.
You know your wife is gone. You know she isn't coming back. You aren't waiting for her to come back.
No,
Did you say that to scare me away?
Dad, tell her the truth. Please tell us the truth.
you should go away. You're making a mistake.
You're still here. You're still here.
For how long?
We're going to the Galapagos Islands. You can go.
Dad,
It's only going to make it more difficult for you.
We'll go.
I can't do this to you. I'm sorry.
Howard,
we should probably go.
you forgot your binoculars.
I'm so sorry.